I pressed it, and
And we are live.
Woo!
For Frog Valley Hour. We're going to be switching over to doing this once a month or so. We'll see. Hopefully, in the long term, we can switch this into being an in-person show. Is the ultimate goal. So maybe, hopefully, next time we do this, maybe it'll be an in-person variety show, so we can physically harass the audience. That's what I'm looking for. I want an audience there that we can
assault.
We can watch be uncomfortable.
Physically assault.
Show we will make you uncomfortable. How are y'all doing today? We've got Erin Mohr. How you doing today, Erin?
Woo!
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Natisha.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Natisha Anderson.
Oh, it's me. I'm good. I'm so I'm drinking water. I'm so dehydrated. I'm I gotta drink that water.
Oh my goodness.
It's getting warm. It's warm. It's warm. Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah.
I'm going after the homies there for you on that one.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm here to celebrate. Oh my goodness. It's been a little while. We've been off for a minute. We took ourselves some breaks. Natisha's been making people. Erin's been making people laugh. And Erin, is the Erin and Friends show monthly? Are you gonna be having that again?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what he just asked me if I wanted to do another one, and I said yes.
Oh, yeah.
And who knows? Flappers could be open in a month.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
If we've got anything to plug, we might as well plug it. Natisha, do you have anything to plug?
Making a baby coming June 2021. I know. And it's husband's birthday, so shout out.
Oh my God, that is coming up really soon.
Yeah. It's 2 months. Yeah. So shout out Galen Gilbert and twin time David Gilbert.
Nice.
That's all I got. You guys.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Kaylee, do you have anything to plug or promote?
Yes, actually. And I'm going to steal the format for my thing to plug is what we're going to be doing today. I have been doing, I've been on Clubhouse. Josh and our buddy Rob and a couple of other comics from New York, we've been doing every week. We've been doing this debate club where we debate things that don't matter, dumb things. Sometimes things that matter, but it's always more existential questions. It's never we're not oh, should people be paid a fair wage? We're oh, should we colonize Mars? So that form, it'll go serious in that direction sometime.
Low stakes.
Yeah, we just debate, and whoever wins gets $5, and we take volunteers from the audience, but it's been super fun.
Nice.
These non-comics have been coming up with some really great answers to some of our questions, and I wanted to bring some of my favorite questions to y'all because obviously you're going to have even better questions than these peasants just out there on Clubhouse.
Normies.
These normies out here, fucking civilians. So I wanted to bring some of my favorite debate topics here. There's no right or wrong. I'll decide who's right or wrong, but my opinion doesn't matter. So we'll just, Natisha, Erin, y'all are going to debate it out for this first one.
Okay.
Kayla, if one wanted to see your show or listen to your show, on Clubhouse, how would one do it, and when would one? Not how. I mean, you gotta have to figure out Clubhouse on your own, kids.
Right. Thank you so much for asking. You would go and follow me on Clubhouse, Kayla Esmond, or Josh Ogle, or Rob Rigo. It's every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern, and we hang out there's this room on Clubhouse called Comedy Club that lets us use their room. I still don't understand how it works. I have your energy with technology. Josh had to set up my account. Josh had to do every time I'm can you log me in? I don't understand. But come follow us Wednesdays at 4. Thank you.
Wednesdays at 4.
Wednesdays at 4. So On that note, here's some of the things that we have debated. I'll throw out a few of these, and we can kind of like feel out if there's anything that somebody feels passionate about that the other person wants to jump in. Here are some of our options. It's okay to date somebody your pet doesn't like.
Ooh.
Controversial indeed.
Oh, Josh is giving us instructions as to how you can find us on Clubhouse. We've got a hot dog is a sandwich. Who would lose in a fight between Pluto and Goofy? And you should wear matching socks. That's what we'll jump off of those. Anyone got just like a strong visceral reaction to one of them? Natisha.
Yes, we should wear matching socks.
You believe so?
Disagree.
Disagree?
I felt it. You disagree. This is why. You ready?
Do you have a strong opinion about can you defend the opposite of this? Do you feel like you could defend not matching or matching your socks?
I don't know how to do it. I could.
I'm sorry, Erin. Do you feel like you could defend your socks?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm with Natisha on this. And I don't wear socks anymore, but when I was running around thinking I was a fella, I did. And socks that was the place where I could just, go nuts. I felt like nobody sees socks. I'm just going to have fun with it. And so I wore red socks, and I enjoyed that. I even had a girlfriend once make a painting and gave it to me. Had red socks, little red socks all over it because of my red socks. I did terrible things to her. It was really nice. She gave me the painting, and I broke up with her.
I couldn't tell if it was sexual or ominous or sexually ominous.
I slept with her and then broke up with her immediately.
Oh, no.
Supposed to do, is that not? We don't? Okay.
Oh, not especially when she had a lot of hang-ups. But go ahead. This was college.
Nobody held to the standards of the person that they were at 20. All right, that's just
not even the same person.
Yeah.
Not even. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kayla. Makes me feel.
I have to believe that. I have to. Every week, my therapist is like, "You are not." Well, I'm gonna already abandon this format of debate because I just want to hear people's opinions on these questions. So, Natisha, tell me why we shouldn't match our socks.
Oh, okay. I feel like, I have annihilation anxiety, which is this. Just go there. Okay, I do. It's a subconscious fear that something horrible is going to happen at any second that I can't emotionally or physically withstand. But it's a subconscious thing. But I'm the one who I got earthquake kits. I got a kit in my car. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm ready. Yeah, bring on the zombies. I'm ready. But for that reason, I'm we could die at any moment. So I feel like life is too short to make sock balls where you match a little sock and you soccer ball them together, there are greater things in this world than whether your white sock with the little pink heel or your white sock with the little blue heel are together. Let them love other socks. Let them, let them explore the sock drawer, let them meet and greet and mingle. That's what I say. So I think that there are more important things to worry about than whether your socks match.
Mm-hmm.
You can die at any moment.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We're here. We're queer. We're in your sock drawer.
Yes.
Get used to it.
You have to match to matter.
Right.
That's right.
You don't. Just live that life, socks. Live it.
I agree. You're both right because there's no value to be gained by matching your socks. They work even if you don't match them. The only thing I would argue is that you want your socks to match in squishiness.
Yes.
You can't have a thin sock and a squishy sock. That's going to ruin your whole day. But if they're two different patterns but similar squishiness,
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's because my anxiety tells me terrible things will happen if my socks don't match.
Oh.
What kind of anxiety is that? That's so the opposite of that would be annihilation anxiety. That's
That would be a form of OCD. That'd be a form of OCD, I think. We're going there. I think that would be yeah.
Let's diagnose the audience. That's I think Frog Valley Hour, when we take it live, let's just diagnose the audience.
That's a whole mess.
One by one.
Yeah.
I wish that sometimes I feel like I have annihilation anxiety, but it doesn't like function in a useful way where I like make kits and stuff. It just like it comes out in this way where I'm just like, you know what? Bad things are gonna happen, and I guess I'm just gonna die in that earthquake.
Yeah.
It's coming and it's just gonna kill me.
When Galen and I first started dating, like when he'd drop me off at night and leave the house, I'd be like, don't get decapitated. Like, don't get home safely. I'd be like, don't get decapitated. And like, there are times now where I'll be like, don't die. Like, be careful. Like, going to the store or something, you know.
Did he ever get decapitated?
Not yet.
He's welcome.
Mm-hmm.
He's welcome.
Yeah.
Men
my goodbyes was like, keep your head, please. Don't be a bloody
on your body.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody got that one right. Well done. I'm abandoning the debate portion. If you want to hear these questions debated, come to Clubhouse. We debate them there. Here, we just mostly we have conversations.
We banter.
Mm-hmm.
It's the view, it's the view, but not awful.
But just no conservative person. If we just added one conservative person, then
I would end up being Joy Behar in that scenario where she's just like always yelling at Meghan McCain, and it's amazing. I watched because I have this I worked on this Meghan McCain impression because I can do an impression of her and Sarah Huckabee Sanders for blackmail purposes, not for like comedic purposes. In order to get this impression of her, I watched a bunch of videos of her, and it went down this rabbit hole of where I just watched these half-hour compilations of Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar just shitting on Meghan McCain, and it's so satisfying. There you go. If you're ever taking a real long shit, there you go. On that note, in a fight between Goofy and Pluto, who's gonna win? This is one of Josh. Shout out to Josh because this is his go-to question that I think is so interesting.
I forget who's who. I gotta look him up.
Pluto is Mickey's dog, his little he walks him on a leash four-legged dog. Goofy is the dog that is a person.
Yeah,
has a son in the Goofy movies.
I feel like if they stay true to their personalities and who they are, Goofy's a dead man. He can't hardly do anything without injuring himself. Let alone, in a position to actually defend himself from an attacking dog, animal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would be successful at all. I think, he would probably do more damage to himself in the process of defending himself than Pluto could actually do to him. So that's my
point.
That's good. I agree. Two things. I think Pluto would be scrappier. He'd know how to throw the punches. But Goofy could hire someone. He's got more. He's got money and skills, so he could just hire someone to put him.
Yes, because there's a whole race of Goofy animals. If you see the henchmen that show up from time to time, and I can't remember, but they look like just giant Goofies.
Yeah,
they're also Goofy dogs. So he could just get. Maybe they're his cousin or a brother or something like that. He could just get one of those hired goons.
Yeah. But he himself, I think, couldn't do it.
No.
I feel like y'all make excellent points, but I feel like the opposable thumbs does a lot. That like fine motor control. Josh and I were talking about this earlier. Fine motor control. You know, it does. We can open doors. There's no animal that can open doors as well as we can. So I feel like Goofy would be able to like hold a shotgun.
Yeah.
Shoot, and also Pluto kills. If Goofy kills Pluto, like, yeah, you might get like catch a charge, but like if Pluto kills Goofy, that dog's getting put down.
Yeah.
Down. He still loses.
Yeah, he might be a little less prone to, attack to kill. So the Beagle Boys are what I was talking about, and Josh just posted in the thing. Are those Goofy dogs, or are they a different kind of dog than Goofy, Josh? I'll wait. I'll take my answer offline.
I've heard one of my favorite points that I've heard from the Pluto would win side of it though is just that like raw animal power, because wolves can kill people. Like it's easier in a group, but wolves can still fucking get you.
Yeah.
I feel like also we don't see Mickey's got a busy schedule. So I feel like there's a lot of times that he's probably leaving Pluto home by himself, and Pluto's probably not well trained and not happy about it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he knows that Mickey's spending a lot of time with Goofy. There's got to be some jealousy and resentment there. So
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Only good points here. Congratulations, you're both right.
Yay!
In this make-believe scenario.
Yay.
Pluto. I feel like the argument that Goofy's too nice holds a lot of water. That like if he's just like that kind of dude.
Yeah. I think so. I agree too. I don't think he had the instinct to really take Pluto down. Like he's just an affable, kind of silly fella.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. Mickey would murder Pluto. Just totally kill and gut and skin that dog with nary an ounce of remorse.
He's definitely top of the food chain in this cartoon land.
Yes.
He wears those gloves, so he's just prepared for murder at all times.
Exactly.
Did OJ have a white glove too? Was it a white glove?
If the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
That was my Meghan McCain impression that I just did. Josh is also pointing out the murder gloves. I feel like Josh discussed the
perfectly
murder.
Timed. Perfectly timed.
I used to have a Minnie impression that I would do on stage, and it was Minnie talking to her divorce lawyer, and I would just drink whiskey the whole time. and just talk about
like a short impression when you said Minnie. Like,
oh no, Minnie Mouse. Sorry, Minnie Mouse, and how she wants everything. She wants ESPN. She wants it all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't done an impression on stage in a long time, but I used to do an impression of Macy Gray's I Try. It has a goat screaming video that were really popular in 2015 where it would just like a goat would scream in the middle. I would do an impression of that, and it's way too good. You watch it and you're like, oh, you didn't lose your virginity for a while, huh? Hey, Nalani. Good to see
you.
She made it.
Yosemite Sam is a crazy bastard. Pew pew. All right. This is what I'm excited for. We haven't done this on Clubhouse. We haven't done this on our show yet. We will. I'm so interested to hear y'all's viewpoint on this. Are paparazzo journalists?
The paparazzi?
Yeah. I've gone back and forth on this myself.
I mean, honestly, I got to say, as much as I think they're horrible human beings, they are. They perform a journalistic role, which is getting information that the public wants to see. Not saying decent human beings want to see, but some people in the public wish to know, how flabby is, Russell Crowe's abs.
That's very fair.
I think I'm sticking a little too close. I'm a little too close to the definition, the dictionary definition of journalistic.
There's a demand for it, and they're providing information. It's like part of it is I may just not know well enough the actual definition of journalism.
I think they're like the soda pop of journalists. Like you could say like reality TV is like the cheap, like gross, it's gonna make you sick, like soda pop, not good for you, but you still kind of like it. Soda pop of television, the same way that they're like the soda pop of journalism, and sometimes they might stumble into something that's a little bit more journalistic.
I like Nalani's fuck no. That's very fuck no. Like she's thought about this. She wrote a thesis on this. Fuck no. I can't wait to see it again because I want to be like, give me the full spiel.
I gotta say though, that I can't imagine that any paparazzo has gone to journalism school, and right. Like I think it's basically, do you have a camera? Are you willing to camp out in front of a nightclub? That is your qualifications. Yeah, are you willing to take a punch? Can you take a punch? It's
like TMZ.
Hey, still standing. All right, you got your card. Here you go.
Yeah.
Was that Natisha?
Would you consider TMZ news then?
It's crazy. There has been some news that genuine news that was broken by TMZ.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like
Michael Jackson's death, they were first to get to that.
Really?
Yeah, they're first.
They were way ahead. Way ahead.
Yeah. There was Me Too stuff that they were kind of at the forefront on, but they'd already made all of the that makes sense because they'd made the sleazy connections. They were sleazy people with sleazy connections. Shout out to TMZ, please hire me. They were sleazy. I love Josh's. If anyone on Fox is a journalist, all paparazzo are, which is a great point because no one on Fox is a journalist, so no paparazzo are. So Josh agrees with the law.
I agree. I think they are bottom feeders of the journalistic world, but we have shrimp for a reason. I mean, they serve a purpose. And while it's disgusting and filthy and you shouldn't eat shrimp, they're necessary.
So the paparazzo are the paparazzo are to journalists as ventriloquists are to comedians.
Oh.
Disgusting and shouldn't exist. Journalists write news and expose human interest stories of matter. Paparazzi report on shit that nobody needs but wants. They're reporters, not journalists. Oh, now they are reporters, not journalists. I think that's a very good point. Milani will be debating this at some point on Debate Club. If you want to come win $5.
$5.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's see if we want to do. It is 5:25. We will do a quick one. Should you support your friend's band, even if it's terrible?
Oh.
To a point.
I love that. That's a great answer.
Yes.
I was so quick to that because I've been in that situation. Yeah.
I feel like a step deeper and more painful to that is, should you support a friend's improv team?
No.
If you know they're
never. No.
The end of that sentence was even if they're good.
Even if they're incredible.
Yeah. One of the funniest things that's ever happened to me in real life, Josh and I, Natisha, you may have been there, you might have already left. I can't remember. We were at this show right before everything shut down. It was Micah's show where we each did 3 minutes of material on the same subject. So there was this comedy show. We go through all of it. Great crowd. It's a small room. It's the top of the clubhouse, but packed. Great.
Yeah.
more people than there were seats. So we get through the whole thing, and then apparently there's one more act. And when he gets up there, he's like, "Oh, we've give it up for our headliner, improv troupe such and such." And the entire fucking audience, but me and Josh, stands up and goes to the stage. And we're like, "No, it's all the improv."
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
12 people on stage. And just like 3 of us in the audience, like, ah! And the host in the back. And they broke their set. You were there. They broke their set.
Like punched through a wall or something. Yeah.
They punched through a wall, broke their set. I've never laughed so hard.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about the show, but I remember this. Yes, that happened. Yeah,
I will never forget that.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a great show, but I don't know what happened after then. Yeah.
The improv was all right. It relied very heavily on like 2 or 3 people, which is most improv troupes.
Yeah, there's a couple of heavy lifters, and then we watched one. It was a couple, and they were doing improv, and one of them at one point spit in the other one's mouth.
Oh,
awful, awful.
Yeah, no.
If Josh there are limits. He and I have gross made out for a sketch before. No spitting in my mouth.
Yeah.
No. On stage in front of
I think in LA, I've seen a lot of bad theater in LA, and I think also like somebody's show, like somebody's play, you're trapped for like 2 to 3 hours. Like if you've been there, like Gail and I have been there where we're like trapped in a show. We're like, we're never seeing a show in LA again. Like, have you had that experience?
Not in LA.
Oh.
Not in LA yet. I'm sure that at some point it will happen, but I've been really weary about like being like, oh yeah, I'll go to your like play because it's happened to me so many times elsewhere. Yeah. I was sleeping with this dude when I was like 23. I had sex with this dude, and afterwards I made some like reference to some play that me and my friends had seen like 5 years prior and always made fun of. Like we made fun of it. It was so bad. It was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It was 3 hours. So bad. One of the worst things. We made fun of it for years. It was an inside joke. And I made this like offhanded, I made that joke to him, and he was like, what? And I was like, oh, it's just this really bad play that we saw at the Benton Playhouse 5 years ago that we always make fun of. I didn't mean it. He's like, I was in that play. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, painful.
Wow. Is it the musical? Okay. Yeah.
I wish. I liked the musical.
Yeah.
It was great, and it was real bad.
Yeah. I think with a friend's band, I think a lot of times there's, a cover and I feel like LA, you got parking and you go, oh, we're busy. I got a lot of, pre-COVID shows going on and, yeah. So I think that Erin, I totally agree with I'll go a couple, maybe once, and then I got other things to do.
Totally.
No.
Yeah.
Now, if your friend's bad at comedy, support them forever until you die or you're a bad person. They do.
I always try to find something positive, though. Even if it's I like the shirt you wore.
I've gotten so good at just a blanket congratulations afterwards, or you took some risks.
Yeah.
Risky.
Yeah. Good energy. Great energy. Good one. Great energy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of the most common things I've gotten told.
If I was performing that trash, I would never have that much energy.
Yeah.
Directors are always like, Kayla, that's great energy, but nobody else is matching you. Can you please pull it back?
Yeah.
All right. And on that, oh my goodness, thank you so much for answering these questions for me. Y'all have solved so many problems.
Yay, we did it.
And with that, let's do some stand-up comedy. Let's do some riffing.
Oh.
Are either of y'all just like fucking dying to go first, or I will kick us off?
I'm not.
I could go. I could go.
Woo!
It's all yours, Erin.
Yeah.
I want everybody, me and Natisha and the cats in the room, to give it up for Erin Mohr. It's Erin Mohr.
Woo!
So all right. So pre-COVID, long time ago, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I'm going to tell you this story. I was on Sunset Strip, walking to see a friend perform at the comedy store. And on my way there, I could see this giant RV, and I had to walk in front of them, and I was wearing these sandals. It was on an angle. I knew I was kind of feeling my way through it, barely keeping my shoes on. I know I looked awkward. Anyway, I could see it in their eyes that they registered that I was a trans person. And and then eventually, like, I got past them and they shouted some like transphobic shit out at me. Wish I would have had the head about me to say anything, witty and a retort. However, all I could manage was, anyway, it sucked. Went to the show, got in my car. The show was fine. I think it was Tressa, if you, my old roommate, performing. On my way home, kind of replaying the events, and honestly, I'd never really had that experience before. And it hurt. It stung. I was honestly, it was about 20 minute drive home. Cried the entire ride home. As I was pulling into my neighborhood, this was late at night, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. I see there's a guy sitting on the back of his pickup truck. And as I was looking at him, he wasn't looking at me, he was looking away. I noticed that his pants were down around his ankles. Swear to God, this is a true story. Here's the thing. He was sitting in the center of the back of his pickup truck, and where a trailer hitch would be. Do you guys get what I'm...
Oh, I'm picturing it very graphically.
So trailer hitch has like the chrome he was on that, sitting upon it. And I just had to thank God right then and there. I'm an atheist. I had to thank God because I was not crying anymore. I was not crying anymore. I'm laughing my ass off, praising Jesus for sending this person, this poor man who I don't know what possessed him to do that, but yes, that is my story of the trailer. I will do. Let me. I have a couple minutes left. I just want to say this. So I've had. So as a trans woman, as a woman with an outie, not an innie, I appreciate any language that it includes all genders, kind of disassociates gender from genitalia. But I find some of the language around that a little cumbersome, stuff like, people with a penis or persons with a vagina. So I've come up with some suggestions, some kind of alternate phrases one could use. And I thought I've written them down. I thought I'd share them with you right now. So for an example, instead of using the phrase people with a penis, one could instead use pee-pee people. The Cooch Cork crowd. Or Nugget Known Nation. Or perhaps the Trouser Trout Tribe. And I have some suggestions. Persons, instead of saying persons with a vagina, honey hole horde, bearded clam clan, beef box beings, or moose neck mortals. Just some ideas. I'm going to throw that out to the general public. You guys can chew on that. That's it for me. Thank you.
Moose mortals? That sounds like something from like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Moose neck mortals.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So, yeah, a lot of those sound like Willy Wonka's. Yeah.
I'm gonna start using PP people. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. And what was it? Beef box.
Beef box beings.
Beef box beings. That's great. I love that.
Thank you.
Love that. I love the story of the guy sitting on the truck. I hate that it starts with like people being transphobic to you. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I would sometimes I would occasionally back in the day get transphobic slurs yelled at me on the street because there are parts of the South where being a broad-shouldered woman, that's enough. That's the limit. They're like, no, we won't have to. You get back in the kitchen and shave down those shoulders. You.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's true. It's true. But it was also like the two times that it happened, I was in college, and not to defend it by any. This isn't like a defense, but this is a town of about 10,000 people in rural Arkansas. So the standards of very low, very low standards for hate. All right, so we've addressed transphobia in the South and here in LA. There we go. What a transition that I just set you up with there, Natisha. I hope that set you up for great things just then. That transition, and when that note,
platform to leap off.
On that note, please give it up for the queen of crushing bad transitions, Natisha Anderson, everything.
That's me. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That made Erin's story made me think of the time I was roofied at the Comedy Store. Have I told you this?
No.
Oh.
It ends well. Don't worry. It ends well. First of all, like, don't roofie people. Don't do it. And second of all, if you're doing it, you're a dum-dum. You're dumb dick. But here's the thing. I think it was a mistake. I think because there was no follow-up. There was no like, hey, I'm going to take you home. Like, there was no guy follow-up. I think it was intended for somebody else. So not only was like he a dumb dick, the drink didn't get to his prey. The drink didn't get to his target. Do you know what I'm saying? It got to me instead because there was no follow-up, you know? And I was doing set list improvised stand-up in the belly room that night, and I didn't know, and I drank the drink, and I got on stage, and I was a wreck. Like, I did my set, I was a wreck. Like, I don't even know what I was talking about, but I did it. But just like, just the fact that like, because you know, I think when they bring the big trays out at the belly store or belly room, put it down, and then from there the waitress like distributes. I think somehow in that, like when it was on that tray, it probably happened. I'm not sure because there was no follow up. There was no like, hey, you know, like no.
Yeah.
You totally saved like some 17-year-old from Chris D'Elia, and you're a hero.
Yeah, no, I probably did. I probably did. Yeah. And like now, like, oh my gosh, I have like a 15-year-old friend, and one day I told them I was just like, you know, like just you never know. Be careful, like somebody didn't intend to get me, but they got my drink, but they didn't get me, and I was with my neighbor at the time, and she like mama birded me home. We took a lift home, and I just like passed out in the front yard, and I remember being like, I can't move my legs. I'd like to move my arms and my legs right now, and I can't,
Ugh.
And then she got me the door, and then her and Galen got a 6-pack of beer and just drank it all night and just watched me. And they're like, is she okay? Should we take her to the doctor? Like, I guess, it was fine. It could have been much horrible story.
Wow.
But yeah, that's my comedy story. Like, yuck. Okay. Focus on something. So it ended well. It ended well for me, and I have more. It's a horrible, terrible thing. Don't do it, anybody. Oh my gosh, don't do it. So zombies, right? Am I right? Zombies. Oh gosh. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Zombies are terrifying, but I don't have the fear of them that I feel like I should, And they go for your brain. And like as a kid, I had vascular migraine, so I always thought something was wrong with my brain. They thought I had a brain tumor. And like growing up, it was like, don't get too hot or you'll overheat. You got to stay in the air conditioning. Don't go outside because your brain will blow up. So like I feel like maybe it's that experience that I'm like, do they really want my brain? Like of all brains, like I don't know if I have the quality meat, the quality that they're looking for, And I feel like after the pandemic are what's worse than zombies? I feel like vampires and werewolves are a little bit more threatening. Because zombies they're just dum-dums. I don't know. They're just dum-dums. But they come in quantity. So maybe it's quantity versus quality, Like with vampires, like you get more of a quality attack and kill. They take their time. They might romance you a little bit. They might get to know you a little more. Where quantity versus quality. Okay, I don't really have anything to do. Okay, perched. Perch is a fish. Perch is a fish. Yeah. We went fishing when I was a kid. I don't know if I could do it these days. I don't know if I have it in me. No judgment for those who go fishing. I just don't have it in me. But perch, I think it was like one of the random, like what are they called? Like tilapia, kind of. I don't know. Whitefish, tilapia, perch. Like birds perch. They're perched. Perch is like parched, Like you were parched and you were perching. And you're parched. Yeah. I'm gonna say that's what I got today. That's like
Natisha.
Yeah. Quality versus quantity.
What a harrowing story. Those aren't the drugs you want to get at the Comedy Store. It's like they've got the good cocaine in the back. Bring that out.
You want to give me anything.
Yeah.
What if you were the actual target, but their only goal is just like one of your like secret haters, and they just wanted to fuck up your set? They're
one of my friends,
rival comedian, your arch rival,
lesbian comic, told me she was at a lesbian bar and that happened to her. She was supposed to go up that night and she was roofied and there was no follow up at all, and she felt like she was targeted. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. So I don't know. The set list is like it's improvised anyway. So I don't know.
This is giving me really good ideas of like how to deal with shitty men when we get back to comedy, though.
Oh my god!
Just roofie their drinks, but with bleach. Okay. I'm so worried that I don't know how to like interact with people anymore. Now that I'm like close to getting the second vaccine, I'm like, do I even know how to socialize?
Yeah.
I know.
Do I even want to socialize? I feel like
it's like I didn't particularly like people or doing things before.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I want this part to be over. Like I'm not happy right now, but I don't know if I was particularly before either. Like
Yeah.
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel that. And on that note, give it up for Kayla Esmond, you guys. We're getting closer to the second vaccine. I'm about to be back out in the world, and I've spent pretty much the entire last year at home. I did my best to do everything that they told us to do, that the scientists told us to do, because I'm not particularly religious, and I need something to make me feel better than other people. This is a great one. I feel very morally superior to a lot of people going back out in the world, and I don't even have to go to church. It's awesome. I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to let go of it. I'm going to be in the retirement home just like kneecapping bitches. It's like, get out of the way, Brittany. Give me that tapioca pudding. You don't deserve it. You went to birthday parties in 2020. I'm bitch. I earned this. She's like, it's 2078. Get over it. I'm like, come on. We're already in our next pandemic. I don't care. I feel like white people are desperate to be Luke Skywalker, and the best we can hope to be is Darth Vader. That's our path. We want so badly to be the hero, and our best bet is to figure out part of the way through the 6th movie, like, oh no, what have I done? What am I in a part of building? And then throw the Emperor over the railing, and then we die. We die. And then 3 more movies get made without white people, and it's better. And then white men just complain about those movies. No, we really we're we are Anakin Skywalker. We're just like, oh, but Anakin used to be a slave like the Irish, and we're like, no. All right. We try not to be racist, but that doesn't matter because racism's like the Force. Do or do not. There is no try. All right. White people, we're just like, how do we learn from our mistakes if we never make any? I am bisexual. Which somebody corrected me online. They were like, oh, actually, you're pansexual. And I was like, that's a little spicy for me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'm not that cool. You're sage, and that's awesome. I'm paprika at best. I'm only spicy in a conservative white household. That's where I'm spicy. Like, that's where I upset people. I will upset your 80-year-old Christian uncle, but your Gen Z cousin, completely unimpressed by me. She's just like, what did you, fuck some girls in college? It's like, yes. We're with the man now. And it's like, I know. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I'm so weak. I think women are missing out. Ladies, we are missing out on a real leg up that the patriarchy gives us, and that is serial murdering. To start doing more serial murdering. I like learning about serial murderers. I don't like serial murderers. None of them. All bad people. I'm coming out stance right now. Serial murderers, bad people. But when men serial murder immediately, I'm like, fuck them. No, out of here. You're out of society. When women serial murder, I'm like, hey, okay, let's hear her out. Let's give her I want to hear what she has to say. And second, I'm like just reading straight up off my phone, like I'm doing a shitty open mic, just like, let's see, I've got 3 minutes. What? I also have this kind of annihilation anxiety. Like, I always think the worst is going to happen all the time. So the last year's been really great for me because I've just been always right. Like the last year, I kept thought I was thinking I was being like alarmist. I was like, they're saying it's gonna last a whole year, and everyone else was like, Kayla, it's gonna last a couple months, you dramatic bitch. And then it's November, and I'm like, it's happening. It's been forever. Also, I've gone completely crazy. I was talking to Josh about like how I'm worried about going back out in the world, and he was like, you have Stockholm syndrome for your house. And I was like, that's exactly what it is. And on Josh's joke is where I'm going to end it. Thank you so much. That's been Frog Valley Hour. It is. Oh, here we go. Maybe we'll be back sometime at some point. Maybe not. We'll see. We're going to be playing it by ear because life is crazy. So thank you so much for anybody who joined us today. Thank you to Natisha and Erin.
Woo!
Thank you to me.
Yeah.
Woo! Kayla.
Whoever's got the end live button.
Oh, that.